Hey, Flight 247, this is Sean, and I'm coming to you this morning from Palm Beach County. Behind me, you can see the sign for the North County General Aviation Airport. And back in 1996, this was where I started my first aviation job. And I worked desk customer service, calling out fuel orders and answering the phone and being the voice on Unicom and all that. Right after I got out of high school. And then when I turned 18, then I moved out to line service and worked on the ramp, fueling airplanes and stacking the hangar and going out to the T hangars and picking up aircraft from the hangars and bringing them up to the ramp for folks that were going to go out and fly. And so this morning, I'm here in Palm Beach County, actually getting my commercial multi certificate done in Pompano Beach at American Flyers, but it's kind of a chance to just reminisce and visit a place I haven't been in a really long time. So I wanted to bring you along and show you North County General Aviation Airport, F45, West Palm Beach, Florida. So here we are in the mighty Corolla rental car that I have, and we're going to come about and I'm going to show you this crazy road that we have going out to North County here. It's just the snaking road that goes through the swamp, and it really is something quite interesting going out to the airport. One of my friends actually had a Trans Am convertible, and he would drive that car out here to work, and day after day would, drive this road in that Trans Am, and he had gotten down to a point that he could literally be IndyCar, race car, Daytona driver, because he was just so used to driving that car at such a high speed, and he knew what he needed to do to basically take these turns, driving as fast as he could. It was really fun to go out and ride with him. But this airport opened back in the early 90s, and it basically was a relief, designed to be a relief airport for northern Palm Beach County and the PGA golf course and community is only a few minutes from here. So the idea was that for people that were flying into come to PGA tournaments there and other things here in northern Palm Beach County, that this would be a good airport to do that. Back then when it first opened, though they had it was restricted for what type of aircraft could come in, because the runways were only 3,000 feet long, and so you couldn't even bring really even a business jet in here except for a citation. So we mainly were just doing King Airs, and we were doing King Airs and Navajos and Light Twins. And if a King Air or a Caravan came in, we felt like the big time, because we didn't really get that much turbine stuff. The coolest turbine airplane we had actually was the Alcohol Tobacco Firearms. ATF actually had a Bronco out here, an OV-10, and they would fly the Bronco out of here, and it was really a really sweet thing to see. It was navy blue with a red stripe on it, and it was just so cool to see that old military airplane still being used by law enforcement, and that was so sweet. All right, here we come up to the turn in. And this airport is where I did my primary flight training for a private pilot as well. So flew out here for 2 years, basically working paycheck to paycheck to have enough money to go fly, earn some more money, go fly, earn some more money, go fly. And right before it was time to take my check ride, my parents decided to move back to Wisconsin, and I moved too. So I had to basically kind of do a little reboot and find a new flight school to basically finish up because I was so close to my check ride. So there is the main maintenance hangar and the FBO. See it here beyond the trees. We'll do this little loop around here. That's all new. That's a completely new facility out there. That used to be our grass strip. And actually, they still have a runway over there. I don't know if it's paved now or not. It looks like it's... No, it looks like it still is grass. I'll have to look at the airfield diagram. So then this hangar was finished right when I was working here. And an interesting thing was back in 1997, I believe it was, that Linda Finch, she owned a Lockheed Electra, and she did a flight around the world to commemorate Amelia Earhart's attempt. And so her Lockheed Electra flew in here, and it was really, really neat. I was actually working on the line that night, and so all of this area out here was just full of people. I mean, there was probably about 1,000 people right out here on our ramp to welcome Linda Finch in. And it was really cool. It was really cool to see that. Obviously, we don't have a 12,500 pound restriction out here because we've got this beautiful Challenger, or yeah, it looks like a Challenger sitting there. Let's go take a look inside the FBO. The main terminal building has a very much country club style feel to it, as you can see here. When I started here, it was called Hawthorne Palm Beach, and now it has become Signature Flight Support. And I actually left Hawthorne to go work at Signature over at Palm Beach International. So it's just so funny that now Signature Flight Support took over out here. How are you? Still looks very much the same. There are some differences, obviously, as it's been since 1998 when I was out here last. But you know, back then, I mean, it really was just a country club. You know, everything was open. You could just walk around. There were no real too much fences or anything like that. And so anyway, so that's been cramped down a little bit, but still, it's really cool to be out here, and it really does look very similar to how it was when I was out here flying back then. And no visit to the airport would be complete without a visit to the galley, the pilot's lounge here. So a little bit different the way that they've set this up. I've got a super nice coffee machine over there, so let's partake in that. But still, the same place that I ate many lunches at, and just spent a lot of time sitting out here over the course of 2 years. So this is a surprise to see. This is the pilot lounge. This used to be the Palm Beach County Airport Manager's office. So, nice suite with workstation and printer. And then we've got a couple nice lazy boy chairs and a TV. Not too shabby. Across the hall actually was where the old pilot lounge was, and they have converted that into a bi-gender family restroom, so that's pretty nice. So this is really cool. Sherman Aircraft Sales here actually is one of the original tenants from North County, and they are still here. And I don't know if the original owner, Denny Sherman, is still out here. I'm sure he is. He actually had a short wing T6 that he would fly time to time out here, and it was so cool to see that. And of course, he was a super nice guy, and you know, it was just always fun hanging out with Denny. And I actually ran into him at AirVenture a few years after I moved to Orlando and things like that. But it was really cool, and of course, it's really neat. And I just have to share this with you too. So very surprising thing, but here in the window is Jesus Christ, and he is in the portrait of Divine Mercy. And so if you don't know about that, Saint Faustina actually met Jesus, and Jesus told her that she was to basically create this portrait, and she got an artist, and they worked, and thousands of portraits were created to try to for Saint Faustina to try to recreate the vision that she had of Jesus, of what he looked like to her. I don't talk about really religion or anything very much in Flight 247, okay, but I just seeing this right here, and it's really interesting. Actually, today there's actually a Divine Mercy conference happening here in over in Royal Palm Beach. So you know, we are all called to walk this earth and share the gospel and share what we know about Jesus. And he is a true man, and he is our true God and our true Lord. And just the Divine Mercy is something so incredible, and it really is something, if you just want to watch something really neat on, I believe it's on Netflix. I'll put the link for it in the show description below. But the whole path of how the portrait of Divine Mercy came to be with Saint Faustina, and the spiritual warfare that she encountered from Satan, and of course Jesus triumphs over all. I just have to say that's so inspiring for me to see the portrait of Divine Mercy on Sherman Aircraft Sales door like that. It's not necessarily something that we really think about when we think of businesses and things, to have something like that right there on the door into the store. And I can say that out of that demonstration right there, or that example, when Flight 247 has its storefront, I will do that too. I will have a portrait of Divine Mercy there in the doorway. So the last part of really cool feature up here at the FBO and at North County is this deck area that overlooks the ramp. And I've got a couple benches up here. You can come up and just sit. It's all screened in, so you don't have to worry about the bugs. And this is really cool. We did not have this when I was here. We did have this upper deck area, but the fact that they screened it in is really super nice. And got something that just fired up out there. And speaking of aircraft firing up, I've got to hit the road down to Pompano because I have to get prepared for my flight this afternoon. So I'm going to say so long. Thank you so much for watching Flight 247. It really means a lot to me, and I appreciate your time. Thanks so much. I'm Sean. We'll see you next time.